Hi, I'm Nikki Cameron-Dunn and I'm currently the principal at Bohally Intermediate. We are putting an application forward to the ministry as part of PLD hours for continued support with our digital fluency with Martin Hughes. We started this process with Martin earlier this year after our lockdown experience with COVID. From that we found some issues with the systems we had in place and teachers' knowledge and experience and ability to operate digital tools. One of the big issues was that we were using dual platforms, Microsoft and Google, and that made it hard not only for our teachers but the students and family. And the feedback we had was that it was confusing, people didn't know how to get into things, and so coming back to school we needed to streamline that. So we've gone fully Google, which is great. Martin came in and worked with us. He's even changed old hands like me and made it the systems easier, and today we've got some of our staff here just to share some of their experiences with how they've found Martin's approach so far and what we'd like to continue for next year.
I'm Dana. I'm an across school lead here. I teach Monday, Tuesdays and Fridays, so time management is hugely important, and also, I know that's not about time management, but so maximum teaching time is important for that. So I'm just going to talk about how the positive impacts of the PLD on my teaching practice. Particularly, I want to focus on feed forward. So, like Nikki said, that Martin, created systems that help us with these things, and digitally. So there's not heaps of paper and things need to be glued into books as well. But particularly, feed forward has been a noticeable change in my teaching practice this year, which is helpful for the students' learning outcomes.
Hi, my name's Claire Greenwich. I'm a classroom teacher and I'm 4 days a week. And I've really enjoyed got a lot of information from the couple of sessions we've had with Martin, and something that made a good difference on our time management in our class is some of the admin work. It's been streamlined, been able to cut down on a lot of admin time and spend that time doing things, planning for the classroom and the students. Yeah, that's made a good difference.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Fitzpatrick and I'm a beginning teacher in my first year. The positive impacts of this PLD on my teaching, I've been able to spend less time on admin and more time in the classroom, differentiating learning and giving students feedback. I have some teacher aides in my class throughout the day, and I also collaborate with another teacher, and both weren't terribly confident with their Google Classroom, and they've noticeably spent a lot more time not only sharing their knowledge with the students on how to work with Google Classroom and use that to have positive impacts on the students' learning, but both grown greatly in how to use lots of facets of Google really well. Yeah, made a big difference. I've noticed that the quality of students' work has increased. They're spending less time on their devices, but they're getting more out of the lessons.
Yeah, kia ora, Philip Johnson, team leader at Bohally Intermediate. I really enjoyed Martin's PLD this year. It's really been beneficial for my students' learning and achievement. In the past, PLD involved new platforms for the kids to produce work on a more exciting website or whatever, but this year the PLD was more beneficial because the scaffolding and the frameworks that they're following allowed the kids to go deeper in their learning, allowed me more time to give specific feedback, which linked directly to their learning, but more importantly it made the students more independent, and it encouraged more collaboration between the learners, because one kid had options to mark another kid's work, which just grew them as learners.
Awesome, kia ora. My name is Rowie O'Driscoll. I'm a second year beginner teacher. Every student can gain something from learning online, and I think they're fantastic tools, computers, to have in the classroom. My time with Martin has helped me ensure that students are doing more learning in a less amount of time and not the other way around.
Cool. So I've written some notes for this one because equity is important. So Martin's PLD has actually already improved the equity of my classroom, particularly through a simple strategy he gave me that created equal opportunities for my whole class to succeed, and that includes those lower learners, but whilst doing the same work as the other kids. But which then, from there was more engagement and the social outcomes change, which created a bit of ownership, and it represents the value of the student, and they feel valued in the classroom, which contributes to their wairoa. And so it's more purposeful, and yeah.
And just adding on from Dana's talk about equity, just finding that our Māori and Pacific students are benefiting from this new approach of learning online. The scaffolding approach is helping them grow in confidence with their learning. It's also encouraging us teachers to be more flexible with their learning and giving them confidence to explore their own cultures and their own identity as well.
Kia ora, I'm Carly Barnes. I am the cross-school lead and also leading the curriculum in our school. And one of the things that's really important I see for this digital fluency is to continue, is because as a staff we have discussed many ways in which we can continue to move forward with our the other professional development, NPDL and solo taxonomy, to embed that in a meaningful way and make the connections between those and how they will fit into our digital world as well. I'm very excited about moving forward with that, but definitely having the support of Martin to do that effectively and keep everybody on the same page is going to be really important.
Hi, and just to conclude, we really would love those hours for next year. We know lots of schools are asking for the same thing, and there's only a limited pot, but we've started the journey and we'd like to carry that on. One area that still needs a lot of work, and I'm sure that Martin will be able to support us, is talking and meeting with whānau and bringing them in on the children's learning and what they're doing, and sharing that digital learning with them and the safety around that. So it would be great, and it really works in with our other NPDL, as Carly said, and solo taxonomy. It brings everything together in one format. So think positively when you're making your decisions, and Bohally are looking forward to continuing this in 2021. Kia ora.